a decision to make right now. Yesterday I had a really bad experience there were a lot of twists and turns, and all of a sudden I came up really close to a big gator without meaning to, obviously, and it shook me up. It made me kind of paranoid. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Then I was saying, I don't want to do this anymore because I'm scared of the gators. Now I'm thinking that was just one experience. It doesn't seem like the rest of the river is going to be that twisty. But here's the thing. I heard from a local that this next section is full of downed trees and it's impassable. Also, last night I was really, really cold. I guess on backpacking trips I've been in the past, I haven't really paid that much attention to where the temperature is and what gear I have to be comfortable. I just usually bring a sleeping bag. So for this trip, it was supposed to be in the 60s, maybe every now and then the high 50s. If you're on the Celsius system, that's like middle. If you go outside in a sweatshirt and pants, you'll be fine. So I thought wearing my fleece jacket, fleece pants, this thick blanket, and a sleeping bag liner, I would be fine. But I woke up because I was so cold. I've definitely been in colder situations, but it was definitely not enjoyable. And I'm like, I do not want to go through 5 more nights of that. At the same time, like, I could. I really don't want to just throw in the towel. Oh, by the way, I was also like, couldn't sleep in the beginning. There were so many noises going on. So much rustling, birds, big things flopping in the water. I'm at a hard place now because I know I definitely don't want to just end the trip randomly. You know, I came all the way out here. I want to do more. I don't know what to do. I guess the first step is going to be calling the outfitter that rented me the canoe or the kayak and be like, this way that you told me I could go is impassable according to a local. Do you know anything about that? And like, what do I do? Hi there, my name's Maddie. To Fort Meade is just completely impassable with downed trees from a hurricane. Do you know anything about that? If you all have had people that have done it, I'll at least go and try. Another thing I wanted to ask is there an option to be picked up early? I'm not saying I definitely want to do that yet, I'm just wondering if it's possible. Alrighty, well, for now, I'll just keep on paddling and I'll let you know if anything changes. Alright, thank you, have a good one. Bye. It's $40 to get picked up early. You know, that's really not horrible. If I had a day like I did yesterday, I'd do that in a heartbeat, but that gives me a little more confidence to be like, I can bail if need be. It's about 11:30. I did definitely get a late start today. I was taking my time, enjoying my coffee and just enjoying being out here. You know, it was a really cool moment to wake up under that beautiful tree. Now that I know that it would be $40 to end the trip early, I've like accepted the fact that it's something I could feasibly do. And now that I know that, it just makes me feel like there's less pressure on me. You see that bird over there on that tree hanging across? So my plan for today is go this way, see about the trees that are supposed to be blocking, and then let the company that rented this stuff to me know what's up. Now that I'm back on the water, honestly, the nervousness is coming back. It's probably always going to be that way, and it needs to be that way, honestly, because you gotta be on guard at all times. If this was like the only outdoor adventure I ever had the chance to go on, then I would be more committed to seeing it through than I am right now, you know? There will be another chance for adventure. There will be another chance to be out on my own paddling. That's a little less scary. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Here's what that guy might have been talking about. But it looks like I could just duck and get under it. Yeah. Wow. Ooh. There might be more obstacles. Same strategy as before. I got this. Whew. Shoot. Really don't want to get turned around. Man, I wish this was a lot easier of a float trip, honestly. It's 2 o'clock and I made it to Fort Meade, which was the end of the area with all the downed trees, and my camera I was filming on ran out of storage space. So I was bummed I couldn't get that for you all, but picture like sometimes I went underneath the trees, sometimes I had to scooch myself along to get over them, have to paddle in a zigzag to get through multiple trees. At one point, I was worried about capsizing because I had this arm that kind of got caught in a Y-shaped branch, but I just took it very easy. Thankfully, the water wasn't moving very fast and I just untangled myself. My kayak was almost like this, but luckily it turned out fine. I'm still scared to paddle and eat, or not paddle. I'm scared to stop paddling while I'm on the river because I'm worried about just drifting into alligator territory. Because of that, since I'm here, I am gonna eat my lunch. To celebrate making it this far, I'm gonna have the second kind of beer that I brought, Beach Blonde Ale, which is made in St. Pete, which is just north of here, by Three Daughters Brewing. Sounds like a lot lighter than the other one I brought. Here's, if you care about beer, this is kind of interesting how they show you how sweet it is. Let's see if it matches up. That is really sweet. It's good. Definitely tastes very light, like you would expect from a blonde ale. Perfect for paddling on the river. I just hope this next little bit is easier. I didn't get to film any of them, but there were still downed trees I had to figure out how to get around. Although it was a beautiful afternoon. Plenty of wildlife as usual, some gentle rapids, and even my first palm trees of the trip. I guess I made it to my campsite. This is the place. What I don't like about it is that this jungle-y stuff is so close. There's gonna be a lot of animals rustling around and scaring me half to death, I'm sure. Not much space between the water and that either to move around. So I don't love it, but this part of the river that I'm in now has really tall banks on each side. I was like, oh gosh, like, where am I gonna camp? That is what this Peace River paddling trail is all about, right? I guess this is gonna be home for the night. So I have two maps. This one, the place I rented my kayak gave me. This one I found online. I think it was like visitflorida.com or something like that. Pretty easy to find. But there's 6 of these maps. This was yesterday where I camped, my guess. And so I came all that way today. I was planning to get to here and then look for a place, but this was a bridge and I was expecting a ramp. So I was like, oh, I guess I'm not here yet. Guess I'll keep on going. And then I finally realized, and here's where I am. On this map, I'm right here, and it's 2 sides. How I stay organized is I keep whatever map I'm on, you know, one side for each of the versions I have, and then keep them in a gallon bag so they stay dry. Keep that on the floor in front of me so it's easy to navigate. Another thing, I don't feel like cooking dinner right now, so some things that I meant to say in my first part of this series. One, you'll see I have a new ranger looking shirt. The old one is still at home, but my mom got me a new version of like the same, like grayish, slightly blue collared button-up shirt that you can roll up the sleeves to. So that was such a cool present. It was for Christmas. And it was so meaningful because it's like symbolic of you've done all these adventures in your old hiking shirt. Now here's another one you can go out and do more with. Also, if you have seen other of my videos, you might be familiar with my boyfriend, Smoke. His real name's Gabe. He couldn't come on this trip because he had to work. He has more of a traditional job than I do, and just, you can't spare 7 days randomly. He has been a part of this adventure though. One, you probably can't see it because of my chair, but the kettle is with me. If you're wondering what is a kettle, why is it called that, he didn't have really good camping gear in the beginning, so he found that like random tea kettle at Walmart, and he was like, I can put this in the fire, boil water with it, and there you go. He was carrying it, and someone told him that kettle's not gonna make it to Katahdin, and he just had to prove them wrong. It did make it to Katahdin. How cool will it be to be like, this little kettle has made it from Springer Mountain to Katahdin, and now it's done the whole Peace River Trail. If I make it through the whole thing. He has still been a part of this adventure because I've been texting him. I've had service this whole time, which is really nice. But after the alligator run-in yesterday, just feeling kind of left to my own devices on this trip, I think I'm going to not do anything this extreme anymore. From now on, I think I'm gonna want to do adventures that are very established. There is information online about them and what people's experiences with this stuff is. 2, hopefully with more people in the area. And 3, I'm looking for more of like a couple of days, you know, not a whole week at a time. I think because I did the AT, my thought is like, how can I keep up doing more and more? But this is my limit. My plan right now is to continue on paddling like I planned, but I don't think I'm gonna do anything this extreme again. I will keep adventuring though, don't worry about that. Okay, I'll put on a shirt and make some dinner. Tonight I'm thinking the classic mac and cheese. Oh. I was looking at the back of this box, then I got to thinking, why is that a part of like being a preschooler, is that you gotta learn what sound all the animals make? You know, like, it's a fun fact, but is that really like, are you ever really gonna need that in your 5-year-old life? Now that's the stuff. Once it started getting dark, there was a swarm of mosquitoes. They were so many. They weren't really biting me, they were just in my face. So I got in my tent, and now I remember why I wanted to not go through with this experience, because every little splash in the water, every little rustling could be anything. And this is a very unnerving discovery to leave you on, but I don't think it's going to show up on camera, but there's a little yellow reflection out there that I'm pretty sure is a gator looking back at me. See you next time for day 3, maybe?